Well, John, here we are in, I suppose at the heart of Essex, even though we're by the seaside. Is this familiar territory for you around here?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, as a kid when I lived in Bethnal Green, my dad used to get the old car then, well, the old motorbike in the old days.
Like sidecar, I get combo, eh?
That's right. And used to take us to Southend for jelly deals and all the seafood every week.
I think it's come on a treat since then, hasn't it? You know, because here we are at a film festival, and of course the great thing about the film that we've all just watched is, you know, there's so many local guys who are involved. Isn't it great to see that come through, isn't it? You know, that kind of talent.
I think it's wonderful, yeah, because, you know, they're all sort of what we call homegrown kids, neighbourhood kids. You know, I remember Ray as a young lad boxing, so it's great to see everyone come through.
Now, not everyone's going to necessarily know that you are a crooner, you know, par excellence. Now, when did that start? Is that as old as the boxing?
It's older. I started singing when I was about 8 or 9.
And you were that bad you had to fight your way out of clubs?
Well, what happened was I just started singing.
Really?
Yeah, my dad used to play the piano and I did the old songs, Show Me the Way to Go Home, stuff like that. And then I got into it and I really enjoyed it. And then I started going to our local club where we, in the estate, you know, Camberwell Council estate. And I used to sing songs there for weddings and engagement parties and evenings where they'd have shows on. And then I did that up until I was 11. I went voice training at Toynbee Hall when I was a young lad.
Wow.
So yeah, I was doing really well.
So you could have gone that direction, but you went the boxing. When did the boxing begin?
Well, because my mum always wanted me to be a singer. My dad said no, he's going to be a boxer because what was happening, I was always fighting, I was always in trouble. And coming from Bethnal Green, coming from the council estate,
easily done.
Loads of kids in the, you know, we used to play football, and I was always, you know, doing that. And then my dad said, right, I've had enough of you, I'm going to quieten you down. And he took me to the Repton Boxing Club, which is the most famous boxing club in Great Britain.
Stuff a legend, isn't it?
Had more champions than any other club in boxing history. That's throughout the world, not
absolutely
just,
right.
You know,
you're right.
And I went there, I was 11 and a half in 1962. And as I walked through the door, and I saw all the young lads, you know, doing their shadow boxing, skipping exercises. When I put a pair of gloves on and went on the bag, I knew instantly that's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
From the very first punch, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that was 17 years I did that for.
And what a record.
Stopped.
But let's not forget that we're talking about a film here which is bizarre, that you're involved, but two old Repton boys as well, because Claire Murphy and Ray Winstone. Now, were you kind of aware of them as Repton boxers when you
Well, yeah, because Ray, he won the John H Stracey Style Award when he was a young lad. I was about 19, Ray would have been 13.
Yeah.
And he was so thrilled about it. I gave him his trophy, and you know, he's only this big now.
Yeah.
And
he's a bit bigger now.
I know he is. But what's marvellous is to see. I mean, he was a good boxer.
Yeah.
Ray had 80 odd fights.
Yeah.
And I think he only lost less than 8 or 9, something like that. And so he could have been a great fighter, but you know, I always think when you look at fighters, I think Ray would have loved to have gone on, but realised, you know, I'd like to do acting.
Yeah.
And that was his forte.
Yes.
But he was a young England international as well, so
true.
He could have maybe done it, but you know, he saw that the films was his work.
So the Repton connection is clearly there, but how do we get to you on a soundtrack of Karl Howman's film?
Well, because I used to play football in the Showbiz 11 football team at Karl, going to the sort of late 70s, early 80s, and we became very good friends. I mean, extremely good friends. And over the years, which is now 31, 32 years, and he knows that I've been singing most of my life, and he said to me one day, he said, "Look, I'm doing this film called Fathers of Girls," and he said, "It's a Perry Como song, an old Perry Como song, but I'd like you to sing it." And I said, "Are you sure? You know, because you know, I'm thinking, well, am I that good to sing the song? I know
It's
I
a big
can.
ask, isn't it? Yeah, but like, you know, it's going to be right there, isn't
Yeah, exactly. So I said, so what I did, I got on YouTube and I watched it on YouTube. And I'm thinking, how do I do it? Because it goes up and down, it's quite hard range to get up and then to come low. And it's a sympathetic song because obviously fathers and daughters,
there's a lot of emotion in there, which is kind of hidden below the...
And in the song it's quite emotional.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So, but anyway, we went into a studio in London, Parsons Green, and I said to him, yeah, come on, let's get it on. And we did it in 3 hours, the whole song.
And here we are now, Southend, which is probably a great place to have a premiere for that film. You sat down, you watched it in the cinema. Tell me what you think.
Oh, I was just totally blown away.
Really?
I mean, not because of my performance and my voice, I'm not talking about that. The film in general is absolutely brilliant because Ray, I think, as you said, he excels himself. I mean, we all know Ray as the hard man, you know,
There's a new bit of Ray we've seen, haven't we?
Yeah, because if you look at the film, I mean, we know Ray has probably sworn many times in many films. But on this film, he probably only swears a couple of 3 times. But you can see the emotion of him with his child. And I think that echoes the spirit of the film.
Yes.
You know, and that's why it was just a privilege to actually be working on the film.
And done our little part of England proud, don't you think?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And let's be fair, the East End.
That's what I'm saying.
The East End's brilliant. You know,
and of course
London,
the East End, which of course is now extended into Essex, is basically the same place. Let's be honest.
And so it's lovely to be involved in the film, and hopefully, if the film takes off, they might even release the song as a single.
And then,
hopefully,
it's the album.
Well,
yeah,
I'll be out there. Well, again.
See you again. Nice one, mate. Thanks
still enjoying it.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.